Welcome to the Akwaflow Crypto Lab. Okay guys, so it's been a long time since my last video and I apologize for this. I've got a lot of impediments in my life, but I'm back. I've got new ideas for my channel, so we are going to test it out together. I'm really convinced that my indicators are game changers for investors like you and me. So today's video will be a little bit special. It will be a little bit different than usual. I'm going to present my premium indicators to you and why it's a cheat code when it comes to investing in the crypto world. And as a gift to you, I'm going to explain my whole investing philosophy and why my approach is the best you can find on YouTube. As I speak, my crypto indicators work very well for XRP and Bitcoin, so we are going to focus on both charts today. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Now, let's begin. So as I said, today we have the XRP chart on the monthly time frame, and we have the Bitcoin chart also on the monthly time frame. Okay, so let's start. So here, first, let's remove my indicators. And now I'm going to explain to you my secret, why my indicators are so accurate and why I can read the charts. So here you have a naked chart, but what do you do with this? First, you can see visually that you have a phase here, you have a huge move to the upside, you have a second phase just right here, you have a move to the upside, and right now we are in this phase, right? But this is not much and there is nothing you can do with this. And this is when my first indicator comes into play. First, let's display the bull bear indicator just right here. So if we go to the settings, you can see that currently I have only one bull bear indicator for XRP, which is the foggy band. But why is it the first one that I use on my chart? It's very simple. As I said, with the naked chart, you can't do nothing because you don't know the current state of the market. But with this simple indicator, you see, we have a band. You can know if currently the market is in a bull phase or in a bear phase. And this is absolutely crucial because you need to know this. Indeed, the market don't act the same way in bull phases and in bear phases. So first, you can see that this indicator is a band, right? Meaning that there is an upper part, and this indicator gives you two main pieces of information. The first is that when we are above the band, we are in a bull phase. For example, here it was the case. XRP was very bullish, and here we were in a bear phase and XRP was very bearish. And the second thing, which is as important, is that it gives you great area of support and resistances. Indeed, here, during this bull phase, you see, here we came back down to retest the band. And we used it as an entire support during this phase, and it pushed us to the upside. Then we came back down, we touched the band, and you can see with the wick of the candle that it pushed us again to the upside, but it was not enough, and with the second candle, we crossed the band, right? And then we had this candle closing below the band, and this was the signal that we were in a bear market. And we started using the band this time as a very, very strong support for multiple candles in a row. You see here, we touched the band and we went down. We retested it and we went down. And here, for the very last time, we retested it and we have our market bottom. So you can see how powerful, how useful, and how helpful this band is, either in a bull market or in a bear market. But you must wonder, why did I call this indicator a foggy band? Again, it's very straightforward. When we are inside the band, it means that we are in a gray area, meaning in a transition phase or in an indecision phase. For example, here we were in an indecision phase, and in the transition phase, you see we were in a bull market and then we transitioned into a bear market. Then rejection, 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 and this is a beautiful bullish candle because we crossed the band with only one candle before using it as a beautiful support. So it was again a beautiful transition into a bull market. Then you see support, support, it's very beautiful, and again just right here we have a beautiful transition into a bear market. So you see that with this simple indicator it's very, very easy to read the chart. And more recently you see that here it was an indecision phase because we didn't know if XRP wanted to cross the band or not, because we could have had a rejection. It was not the case, and we transitioned into a bull market. And I know that it doesn't look like it, but XRP is still in a bull market. Why am I saying this? It's very simple. You see, we crossed it, then we came back down to retest it as a beautiful support, and ever since we've been using the band as a support again and again and again. And even if it's very scary when the price goes below the band, as long as we close the candle above the bottom of the band, we are good. We are still in a gray area, right? Meaning that there is a lot of indecision in the market and we might be in a transition phase, but as long as we stay inside the band and we don't go below it, we are still in a market. So this is the first indicator I wanted to introduce because this sets everything up. But let's be realistic. Our goal is to minimize the risk, so to jump or to get out of the market at the best time possible. So once you know if the market is in a bull phase, a bear phase, or in an indecision phase, you can look for tops, bottoms, or pivot points, major pivot points in the market. And that's when here you need the bottoms indicator. So it's very straightforward. First we had the bull bear band, right? The bull bear indicators. I have only one for now for XRP, and for the bottoms, let's see if I display them here. I have two of them. So I have the ocean wave and I have the rocky path. And I'm going to explain to you the purpose of these indicators and how I use them. For now, let's hide the bull bear indicator and we will keep only the bottoms indicator. And in fact, let's keep only, for example, the rocky path for now. So what is the whole purpose of this indicator? Again, guys, it's very simple. You can see it yourself. It gives you a reference point to tell you that XRP cannot close below this level. What do I mean by this? You see, the indicator starts from here. So here we went down, we touched the line, you see the rocks, right? And we started going back up, okay? So this means that this was a pivot point and XRP couldn't close below the rocky path. Here it is exactly the same thing. We pierced it, but we closed above it. So every time for each candle, you have a reference point saying that if XRP goes to this line, it has to go back up. But it doesn't mean that XRP will go up with higher highs. It just means that with the current candle, you see, XRP will close above the line, but with the second candle, it could go lower. It all depends on the current level of the rocky path. I hope that I'm clear, but it will be clearer with this phase. So first, let's zoom in and you will understand what I mean. You see that here XRP went up, then it went down, and as I said, XRP cannot close below the rocky path, so we have a close above it, and we have a move to the upside. But with the second candle, you see here, we have a candle touching the line, but it closed above it. The second one closed above it again, and again, and again, and again. And every time we pierce the line and you have a candle closing above the rocky path. So this doesn't tell you that XRP cannot go lower and make lower lows, because it was the case. Here we have here a high, a lower high, a lower high, here a low, and you see a lower low and a lower low. But at least you know that for the current candle, XRP will close above the line, and I will tell you why this is so helpful. First, it is very helpful for short-term gains. Why? Because if XRP pierces the line and you can buy XRP at this price below the rocky path, you know that it will close above it, so you can make short-term gains. And you see it here. You see, here we have a touch of the band and we have a close a bit above it. So you always have gains if you can catch the price just inside the rocky path, or below it, it's even better. So here you can see we went down, but we stayed at the level at the rocky path, right? Then we went up, but we retested the rocky path again and again and again. Then we went up, and here we have our bottom. More recently, we have here a touch of the rocky path, just right here, and it is our most recent bottom. And why is it useful? You know that if everything crashes, we have a very solid support at this level. And currently it is between 22 cents and 21 cents. So you know that if XRP pierces the rocky path, it would be a very great opportunity for short-term games. Now let's talk about the second bottom indicator, which is crucial also, which is the ocean wave indicator. And to start, I will remove here, just right here, I will remove the rocky path indicator. And here, right now, we have only the ocean wave indicator. And this indicator acts the same way as the rocky path, but this time you see you have less signals and you have great pivot points. This is very important. So for example, here you see we touch the line and then you have more than 100% gains. Then for example, here we touched the line again and you can see the gains. After touching the line, we have more than 100% gains again. And here, of course, it was a very great opportunity because after this, we went in a bull market and we went down to retest what? This indicator. And here you have beautiful candle to the upside. So again, it was a major pivot point. It was not the bottom of the bear market, but still it was a major pivot point. Like it was the case just right here, major pivot point, and again here, major pivot point. And when it is the end of the bear market, here we have a major bottom, right? Because after this, we go to a bull market. Here it was the same, we went into a bull market. And here after reaching the bottom, again on the line on the ocean wave, we went into a full bull market. And I know here we don't have the gains that we expect, but still with this indicator, you have a beautiful area of support with a major pivot point. And currently you can see the gains, right? Because here, if we catch the price at the bottom and we go there, you see that we have 200% gains. And now if we display the rocky path, you can use both indicators at the same time to have more information about the potential bottom. And you can see that usually when the price touches both lines at the same time, it is a beautiful pivot point. For example, here we touched both lines and it was a major pivot point, right? Here again, it was the same case. Here we touched both lines and it was a major pivot point. Here it was only the rocky path until reaching the very bottom of XRP during this bear market, and we touched both lines, guys. This is very important before going up. And here, more recently, it was the same thing. We touched both lines and we went up. So now we have a very powerful tool to detect bottoms for XRP, right? Using those both indicators. And you remember about the bull bear bands, right? Let's display it and you will see how everything comes into play. To illustrate what I want to demonstrate to you, we can use this bear market because this is a perfect example of what I want to share with you. So here you see, after crossing the bull bear band, we knew that we were in a bull market, right? So we went down to retest the rocky path and the ocean wave. Then after touching them, we know that we would get a bounce to the upside. And this is a beautiful target because we know that we are in a bear market, and in bear markets, we may use the bull bear band as a strong resistance. As an example, you can see that if XRP reaches the ocean wave, then you can buy it, right? And then you can sell it when it reaches the foggy band, because we know that this area was a strong resistance. Then we went back down, and again, it was a beautiful resistance. So you can see that XRP is going back and forth between those indicators, right? So now you understand how powerful this setup is, because this whole time during these bear markets, XRP didn't close inside the band, meaning in the foggy area. You see here we have a beautiful rejection. It was a very clean one. Here again, we tried to penetrate the band, but we got rejected and we have a close below it. And here it was the same thing. And here, look, during this bear market, it was a little bit different because we crossed the band and we started using the band as a resistance. We got rejected, right? We went sideways until reaching the foggy band again. But this time was different. Why? Because with this candle, we closed inside the band, meaning that we were in the foggy area and we were potentially in a transition phase. Just like it was the case here, but this was more bullish because we have a close above the band. This time it was inside the band. And this led us to the current state of the market that we are in right now, which is this phase. So to be honest, XRP is barely surviving above the foggy band. And this is a strong indecision area. You know that if XRP crossed the foggy band and starts becoming very, very bearish, the next step is to reach this area. And this is very helpful because if you believe that XRP will go up, you know that every time that we are below the foggy band, this is a very great opportunity to buy XRP before the blast off. And of course, it is a little bit dangerous because we are in a foggy area, as you can see. So we don't know if XRP will go up or down. Currently, it is still in a bull market because here we crossed the band and we didn't go below it. But at least you have a scenario, meaning that if you believe that XRP will maintain the level above the foggy band and will go up, these are great opportunities when we pierce the foggy band. And of course, if you see that XRP starts to go down and close below the foggy band, it means that the bullish scenario is cancelled and you have to expect XRP to fall until reaching this price. And the last but not least piece of the puzzle is the TOPS indicators. Okay, so for now I have only the hotspot indicator and it works on the 23 days time frame. So let's switch to the 23 days time frame. And for now, we will hide the bottoms indicators and the bull bear indicator. And again, in a very, very simple manner, you can see that it helps in identifying what are the overpriced candles of XRP. For example, here we have a signal and a second signal, and after this, XRP went down. Then here we have a signal, XRP fell off. Here it was the same. We have a correction during this bull market. Then we went up and we have a correction again, right? Before going back up, we have a signal and we went into a bear market until reaching this hotspot and we went down, right? It was a correction. Again, we went up, it was hot again, and we have here the SEC sell-off before going back up, and here it was hot again and we went into this bear market. And more recently, I know that everyone thought that XRP would go to the moon, but as you can see, it was a hot signal, so we needed to go back down. So you understand that this indicator is very powerful and it helps us in identifying where are the major tops for XRP, where we can have bull market tops, but also where we can have local tops with corrections. And now you will understand the power of my indicators, because if we display the bull bear indicators, when we have the hotspot signal, you can see that we go back down, we have a correction, but we know that the foggy band is a beautiful area of support. So for short-term gains, this is beautiful. Look, here we have the hotspot, we went down, and we know that this is a great area to have short-term gains. So you can sell it here, whenever you want to have gains, right? Here it was the same thing. We went down after the hot signal, and if you can catch XRP here, you have this to sell XRP, which is again a great opportunity for short-term gains. Then we crossed it, right? Then we have the hot signal. And we know that again, the band was a beautiful area of support, and this is what happened. We went back down to retest this area. Then we have this one, we went back down to retest the band. Then we have this one, we went back down to retest the band. This is beautiful, guys. Then we crossed the band, and we have this hotspot signal. And what did we do? We went back down to retest exactly the band, guys. This is beautiful. That said, the current band is a little bit different than earlier, because currently we are on the 23 days time frame. If we go back here to the monthly time frame, you see that it is exactly the same thing. We have the hotspot, we went back down to retest the band. We have the hotspot, we went back down to retest the band. Here we have the hotspot, we went back down to retest the band. But you see the hotspot works well on the 23 days time frame. So here we missed a hotspot signal. That's why you have to jump back and forth between the 23 days time frame and the monthly time frame, right? But it works very, very well. And now if we display all these indicators, you have everything you need to know to invest in XRP. And this is very easy to use because you will have only targets for every month, because this is a monthly time frame. So this is very helpful and it doesn't require a lot of time. So to sum it up, with all those indicators, you have simplicity, you have efficiency, you have accuracy, and it doesn't require you a lot of your time. So now you have the full picture of my approach when it comes to investing. And this applies, of course, to XRP, but it applies to any cryptos, guys. For example, let's take a look at Bitcoin very quickly. And here, very quickly, you can understand that Bitcoin is still in a bull market. Why? Because we have still the foggy band, and you see here we were in a bear market below the foggy band. We touched the rocky path and the ocean wave. It was a beautiful opportunity to buy Bitcoin. And there, it was again a beautiful opportunity just right here, but we went up again. So as long as Bitcoin remains above those levels and doesn't cross the foggy band, we are good and we are in a bull market. And the top indicator is a little bit different for Bitcoin. You can see here we have a signal, for example, just right here. Then we have a second one just right here. It was a major top, again, a major top. This is wonderful, guys. And you see this one is on the monthly time frame again, and here we have a major top. So these were great opportunities to sell Bitcoin. And with this indicator, we know that if Bitcoin starts going up, the next level to watch is this white line. Indeed, if we take a look at the past, you'll see how important this white line is. First, here you see we went down, we crossed it, then we crossed it, and here it was a strong support before this phase of the market. Then we went down, we crossed it, here it was a small resistance, we crossed it, then it was support before crossing it and going down, right? Then we went up and we used it as a very, very major pivot point before going down here, right, to the bottoms indicator. Then we went up, we crossed it, and here again it was a beautiful support before going back down to cross it, okay? And if we take a look at the current picture, expecting Bitcoin to reach the blue line would be very, very bullish. So we know that first we have to cross this white line. So this would be our first target. And we know that if we cross the foggy band, the ocean wave and the rocky path are waiting for us. So now where can you find these indicators? Well, you have to go to my website, which is the Akwaflow website. Everything is in the description of the video. And here you will see that You have all the information right here, all the indicators that are available, the ocean wave, the rocky path, the foggy band we talked about, the green light indicator for Bitcoin, the hotspot indicator for XRP. You have the time frames just right here, and also the cryptocurrencies pairs. For any information, if you have questions, don't hesitate to contact me on Twitter or on my website directly. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If it is the case, please consider subscribing to the channel. That's all for today's video, and as always, time will tell.